Good afternoon, everyone. It is an absolutely beautiful day here in central New York. The sun is shining. I got the dog's yard all mowed up there by the road. But tomorrow's a different story. Tomorrow is not going to be as nice as today because we fall into an area that's going to get hit with major thunderstorms, they're saying, high winds, possible 1-inch hail, torrential downpours, and we fall into that zone of where we could get a tornado or two. Let me tell you, last year I was on the outskirts of the tornado that went through here. You couldn't get down my road that way. You couldn't get down my road that way because trees were uprooted across the roads, and until they got it all cleaned off, we were out of power. So how do I prepare? Well, let me show you. I'll try to make this quick. First off, I have 12 gallons of spring water that I've bought. My stove over there, sorry for the lighting. My stove over there, I have my stock pot filled with water. 2 kettles are filled with, big pots are filled with water, and my tea kettle is filled with water. My coffee pot is filled with water. I have 2 pure pitchers, and they're both filled with water. These 2 pitchers are filled with water. This is filled with water. This is filled with water. And my Berkey is filled with water. In my bathtub, I have 6 gallon jugs filled with water for the toilet. So I have water for the animals, I have water for myself, and I have water to make sure I can flush the toilet. And I will probably fill one of my bathtubs up with water also. But that's just one of the things I have to do to prepare ahead of time when we know we're going to get a storm. I'm on well water, but there's not much you can do about it unless you have solar or some other generator or something like that, which I don't. Now, I have a friend who lives up the road that way, and he told me, you can come up and get water anytime you need to because he has a whole house generator. It doesn't help much when I can't get up the road because there are trees and lines down. And that's the way it was last year. So this is the reason I keep 5-gallon pails. Also, there's one there and there's one up there. I keep them filled with water. I catch the rainwater. So if I need it for the toilets, I have it. So that's how I prepare. I have to be prepared. I'm by myself, just me and my dogs, and we need to be prepared for stuff like this. And like I said, even though it's an absolutely beautiful day today, it's got to be pushing 70. Tomorrow is supposed to be almost 80, and then the storms. So it's always good to be prepared. So always make sure you're prepared too. Please like, subscribe, and share these videos. Help me get to 500 subscribers. I'm at 157 right now. You folks all take care. God bless, and have a great day. Bye-bye.